Greetings, car fanatics. Today I'm going to show you how to change the oil on a 2012 Mercedes C250 Coupe. While this video is specific to this car, it should apply to almost any car. In addition to an oil drain pan and jack equipment, let me cover what you'll need. First, you'll need high quality oil. Mercedes recommends Mobil 1 0W40 for my car. You also need an oil filter. I like the male filter, which is one of the OE manufacturers for Mercedes. You'll also need a drain plug gasket. Now, as for tools are concerned, you'll need an 8mm socket and a ratchet to remove the underbody panel. You'll need a 13mm socket for the oil drain plug, a 27mm socket to remove the oil filter cap, and finally you'll need a torque wrench to tighten everything back to specs. Check out my description below for all the parts and tools used in this video. We're going to get started by opening the hood and removing the oil filter. Look for the oil filter housing that says turbo on it. Lay down a couple paper towels and be careful when you remove the oil filter so you don't get oil everywhere. So after about 10,000 miles, the oil filter is looking pretty dirty. It's time to replace it with the new filter. The male kit includes new O-rings as well, which I'll show you how to install. Start by removing the oil filter. Give it a strong pull and it should come right off. Next, use a plastic pry tool to remove the O-rings. The plastic pry tool will prevent you from damaging the oil filter housing. When you're done, simply reinstall the O-rings and oil filter. Now you're going to reinstall the oil filter. Torque it down to 18 foot-pounds and you're good to go. With the new oil filter on, it's time to change the oil. We're going to need to lift the car slightly so we have enough room. Position your jack at the front of the car. There's a lift point that's covered in rubber. Carefully lift the car up. Now, instead of using jack stands, I'm just going to place a few bricks under the front tires. Because of my size, I'm able to get under the car by just lifting it a few inches. Now we're ready to remove the underbody panel. It's held on by 8 8mm screws. Go under the front of the car and remove the first 2 screws. Then go to each side of your car and remove 3 screws from each side. It'll be pretty obvious which screws you should be taking off. With the under panel removed, we're now ready to drain the oil. Place your drain pan under the vehicle. Carefully move the wires around the drain plug away so they don't get covered in oil. Take your 13mm socket and remove the oil drain plug. Give your car about 20 minutes to completely drain. Then reinstall the oil drain plug, but be sure to use a new oil drain plug gasket. Tighten the oil drain plug to 23 foot-pounds. With all the old oil out, we're ready to finish up. Reinstall the underbody panel. Then lift your car and get it back to its normal ride height. The final step is for us to add the new oil to the engine. The 2012 C250 uses 5.5 liters of oil. Start by adding 5 liters. When you're done, remove the oil dipstick, wipe it clean, then reinsert it so you can determine the new oil level. For me, my car was just above the minimum mark, so I added about a half liter to the engine, which got me to the full level. Alright, before I show you how to reset the service indicator, let's go ahead and do some cleanup. Use all-purpose cleaner to clean any oil you dripped in the engine bay. Then take all that old oil and store it in containers. I like to use the old containers that I just poured the new oil out of. Take your time and place something underneath on the floor so you don't pour oil everywhere and make a mess. Now for the final step, let's get rid of this pesky service indicator. Fortunately, on the Mercedes, you can reset this indicator yourself. Put your key in the ignition and turn it to the 1 position. Next, make sure you have your trip meter and odometer showing. If not, just scroll over and get it to show. Now we're going to enter service mode by holding down the telephone answer button along with the OK button simultaneously. You want to hold it down for 5 seconds, and this will put your car in service mode. Once you're in service mode, go to Assist Plus, then select Full Service, then confirm Full Service. Now for my car, it says unable to complete, but that's because I cleared it already and I'm simply doing it again so I can catch it on camera to show you. So once you are done, start up the car, then you'll have to turn off the car and restart it, then the service indicator should be gone. Well, there you have it, car fanatics. The oil change on the Mercedes C250 is pretty straightforward and easy to do yourself. Take a look at my description if you want to purchase any of these parts or tools. Thanks for watching, car fanatics. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave any questions or comments below.